3 HOA enforcers made the mistake of laying hands on my wife, right in our own driveway. They thought I was just the quiet neighbor who cut grass and minded his business. What they didn't realize. I'm a combat vet, and when it comes to family, I don't back down. Before I go further, tell me where you're watching from. Drop your state or country in the comments. Let's see how many of us are tired of neighborhood bullies. We bought this place 3 years earlier. Corner lot, tidy hedges, 2-car garage. Not fancy, but perfect for us. My wife, Lena, had always dreamed of a garden and quiet afternoons. That's why we picked this street, neighbors polite but private. Just the kind of peace we needed. Now, I don't wear my past on my sleeve. I did 12 years in the infantry. I've got scars, memories, and a few medals, but civilian life was supposed to be about peace, not proving anything. Lena felt the same. For a while, things were normal. The HOA sent out the usual newsletters, nothing we couldn't handle. Then Rick Thompson became president. Power went straight to his head. Suddenly, there were new rules, unannounced inspections, and the worst part. His so-called enforcement team. 3 guys in matching polos, walking around like wannabe soldiers. They peeked over fences, snapped photos of mailboxes, and harassed anyone they felt like. We ignored it, until the morning they cornered Lena. I was on a video call when I heard raised voices. I stepped outside and saw Lena backed against our car. 3 men surrounding her. One waving a pamphlet, another spouting something about violations. She asked questions, and they didn't like it. One shoved her. Not hard, but hard enough. That was it for me. I walked off the porch, calm and steady. Step away from my wife, I said. The clipboard guy smirked. Sir, this is HOA business. She's uncooperative. By the time he finished the sentence, I had his wrist twisted until the clipboard hit the ground. The second one puffed up, talking about assaulting an officer. My elbow cut his speech short. He crumpled. The third swung wild from behind. I ducked, pivoted, and drove my knee into his ribs. Down he went, wheezing. These weren't soldiers. Just neighborhood punks in polos. The one still conscious tried to threaten me with calling the police. I smiled. Good. I've been waiting for this. See, we already had security footage of these guys hassling neighbors, especially women. Lena had turned the camera on the moment they walked up. When the officer arrived, it turned out to be someone I'd trained with years ago, Officer Janowitz. She took one look at me, one look at the 3 men moaning on my driveway, and simply asked what happened. Lena showed her the footage. Clear as day. Push, intimidation, my response. Janowitz looked at the one still standing and said, "You assaulted a civilian on private property and got taken down in self-defense. You sure you want to press charges?" His face went pale. Just then, Rick Thompson rolled up, barking about HOA business. Janowitz didn't even blink. "No, sir. This is a criminal matter now." Word spread fast. By that evening, the video was on the neighborhood forum titled, HOA Tough Guys Beaten by Veteran After Attacking His Wife. The comments exploded, dozens of neighbors admitted they'd been bullied too. Fake fines, trespassing, even threats against seniors. The fallout was brutal for Rick. His enforcers were hit with restraining orders, one got an assault charge, and I filed a civil suit, trespassing, harassment, emotional distress. Not for money, but for justice. At the emergency HOA meeting, Lena showed up with Officer Janowitz at her side and a folder of testimonies from other residents. When people heard how these thugs threatened a single mom down the street for having a stroller on her porch, the room erupted. Demands for resignations filled the air. Rick caved on the spot. The HOA board collapsed, and an audit revealed missing cash from enforcement fines. That night, Lena and I sat on the porch with tea. She smiled. You didn't even break a sweat. I told her, I may cut lawns now, but when I have to. I'm still that guy. 2 days later, one of the men limped to our door with a written apology. I took it. Said nothing. Lena tossed it into the fire pit. If you've ever had to stand your ground against a corrupt HOA, share your story below. I read every comment.